Today is December 10th. Today's quote is entitled, Transcendental Pride. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, as long as the jiva remains pure, he can take pride in his inherent self-conception as an eternal servant of Krishna. This kind of pride doesn't disturb one's bhakti. Rather, it nourishes one's devotion. So as long as one cannot be budged from the realization that I am a servant of Krishna, one's pride, envy, lust, etc. will be transcendental and thus bring one closer to Krishna. So let's read what he says again, a little part of that. As long as the jiva remains pure, he can take pride in his inherent self-conception as an eternal servant of Krishna. So that means I am a servant of Krishna, and Krishna has made me that way. I'm Satchit Ananda. That can never be taken away from me. I'm thankful, I'm grateful. So in this sense, the pride is a form of gratefulness. It's a form of celebration. I'm happy to be a servant of Krishna. I'm proud to be a servant of Krishna. I'm proud to be an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. His point is, when the jiva is pure, that nothing about him is impure. So his pride can never be impure. And because we're not impersonalists, we don't say we can't have pride or envy or jealousy on a transcendental platform, because we do, because our envy inspires us to be better. I'm envious of you and I become inspired to be a better devotee. That's transcendental. I'm envious of you and I want to pull you down. I want to see some difficulty happen to you, something bad happen to you, then that's material. So it's natural sometimes that we feel proud to have such a nice spiritual master, proud to be part of such an amazing movement, proud to be a disciple or grand disciple or great-grand disciple someday of Srila Prabhupada. But that pride is not, it's not contaminating. You know, sometimes I tell devotees, we should be tolerant, but we should also not tolerate certain things. And Prabhupada said, if a devotee is attacked, we should not tolerate. So there is a kind of transcendental intolerance. Just like Prakrit Maharaj would not tolerate the personality of Kali. So we can't say that he's intolerant. No, he shouldn't tolerate Kali. We shouldn't tolerate sinful activities within ourselves. So there is some intolerance which is helpful. And so the main point of this is that various characteristics have their transcendental position. So yes, sometimes you can feel proud. Maybe you've done some amazing service and you feel proud. But why would you feel proud? You would feel proud that you were empowered by Srila Prabhupada, or proud to be part of an amazing team that made it happen. So the pride is very akin to appreciation. And it's the pride. It's not that you become proud, because transcendental pride does not contain any kind of ego in it. So if I'm proud that I've done some wonderful service, but I'm proud because Krishna has empowered me and I realize that, I'm totally situated in that position, then that pride is not really pride in the material sense. And what was also said in this quote was that a pure devotee never ever misidentifies himself as anything other than a servant of Krishna. So no matter how he's glorified, no matter how he's served and honored, he doesn't budge from that realization. So he never becomes proud in that sense. He never thinks himself special in that sense, because he always remains in consciousness, in realization that I'm servant of Krishna. And when we forget that, that's when we become proud, materially. Oh, I'm special, I'm better than you. When I remain servant, I always see myself as a servant of everyone, and that's what humility is all about. So if you remain in that consciousness, then you can become proud, but you'll never be proud. You can become envious, but you'll never be envious. You can become lustful, to become an associate of Krishna, but you'll never be materially lustful. That's the idea. So we're not afraid of these various emotions, and we're not afraid of these characteristics, which could sometimes be seen as bad or demoniac. When we're in a pure state of consciousness, then they're used purely, they're felt purely, they're realized purely.